Okay, so episode 13 of our Curse of Strahd campaign, and we've left the village of Barovia. Get it right. And we had our card reading last week, and we went and found the buried corpse of a Hauser Lightfoot who was clutching the Tome of Strahd to his skeletal chest. And then we decided that we were going to return to the Tsar's Pool encampment and get some sleep. And upon entering, it was a overcast, kind of dark, dreary. Just the crackling sounds of a fire greeted you, and Anastasia was standing at the door of her tent and had a nice conversation with her, at which point Adara noticed that she wasn't breathing and took Theseus aside and spoke to him about the fact that the person they were talking to wasn't breathing at all, which when Theseus had tried to investigate earlier, found her not in the tent, so surmised there may be some vampiric mist powers going on there. All the while, Vesserant, Hauser, and Arena were sharing a cup of wine with her, nice red wine, and some hearty cheese and bread, and eating her food. And then, as you left her tent, you decided you weren't going to sleep near the fire. You were going to go into the group of tents that she pointed you towards in the west of the encampment. So I think that's about correct.
That sounds like it sums it up.
Okay. On
Dara
the way,
had cast alarm.
so we'd not got there yet. So I didn't want to. I didn't want to start an encounter at that point. So on your way, you spoke to Theseus about casting Lesser Restoration on Arena, Vesserin, and Hauser. So that was 3 castings of Lesser Restoration to ensure that any trickery that was in the food didn't affect them. And then as you go to get into your tents that you see in front of you, can you roll perception checks for me? I suppose I should open up Sean's character. Oh, see, there it is.
Yay, I rolled something halfway decent.
Perception, where are we? Okay, so, when you lift the flap, I need to roll for Irina because she's going into that tent as well. Oh, she failed as well. Okay. So, as you're going into the tent, you notice, Adara, that the flap's not quite as heavy as you would have thought it was, but nothing that really concerns you too much. Whereas in the rest of you, as you're going into your tent flap, you notice that it doesn't really feel like the flap of a tent that you'd expect. It's kind of quite sticky and really light.
Did you say sticky and light?
Yeah.
Like not cloth?
No, not really cloth-like.
Can I take a closer look and try to take a guess at what this might be made out of?
You can take an investigation check. And Theseus will help you, so you can take it with advantage.
I was just going to say, I'm not very good at it, but let's see how it goes. Oh boy,
Yeah.
it looks normal to me.
Okay. And Chad, if you're back, you can make an investigation check.
Sure.
Oh, sad times.
Looks normal to Chad too.
Yeah, good. This is exactly what I told you was going to happen.
Gonna get eaten.
So, you're in your tents, and
Get eaten.
that's it. You wanted to start bedding down for a night.
Inside a very, very large mimic.
Maybe. We don't know that. We have no evidence to support that.
And as you're getting ready to bed down, Irina says to Adara, I wonder where all of the Vastani went.
That is a fair question because when we came back, they were all gone, correct?
Yeah, wasn't it the middle of the night though?
Yeah, so we sort of semi-assumed that they had gone to bed. They were all in their tents.
But wouldn't there be someone in these tents then?
No, in their trailers, right?
Yeah, but the tents are set up for somebody.
There was only 4 trailers and there were like over 12 Vastani when we were last here.
But didn't you say these tents were from some other group that had come and left already?
Is that what Anastasia said?
Mm-hmm. No, that's what the dude when we first got there told us.
Oh, yeah. So these ones should have been empty, but I don't know. I would have expected they would have been out just still enjoying a drink. I don't know. Seems a bit off.
That seems a bit really off. Why don't we just, quietly go and take a look at some of the other tents and trailers and see if there's anybody inside? Just out of curiosity.
So as you are starting to leave, you are suffering the effects of difficult terrain as you try to leave your tent.
Is that from the fog? Did the fog roll in on us?
Oh, it's just really sticky.
Like the ground is sticky?
Yeah.
Like, am I walking through molasses? Like, what am I?
It looks like you're just walking on the floor of a tent.
All right, well, I'm slowly going to try to work my way out here and say, hey, guys, the floor is really sticky.
Yeah, you can hear him say that as well. Arena and Adara. So he'll try. He's going to give himself guidance as well. 20 plus a d4. Can you see that roll?
Yeah.
Or am I? So you can see that I just rolled a 24 for Theseus's investigation check.
Yeah.
Good.
Yes,
means that I'm not even just lying to you. He says that this isn't real. And it seems like it's superimposed over the top of something.
All right, I say we get the fuck out of the tent.
So,
like post haste.
Everybody make an intelligence saving throw. No, sorry, a wisdom saving throw. That's the one.
So basically, we're just rolling wisdom, correct?
It's a saving throw. So if it is trained, or if you're proficient in it, I should say. Okay.
Try to look to see where that is on here.
So, as you do,
where? How did? Yeah, where did you
your characteristics?
Wait, say that again, Greg?
Right beside your characteristics, there's a box that says saving throws.
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha. Perfect. Boo!
So, Ed, you can still see the nice tents and everything.
It's a pretty tent.
It is a pretty tent. Everyone else should be able to see a black screen at the moment.
I'm looking for my saving throws. I don't see them on here.
Next to your start line.
Yeah, down where your start line.
So where it says strength, there's another box where it says strength, dex, constitution, intelligence, wisdom, charisma.
Skills.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's below proficiency bonus. There's a box.
So for some reason that Vestrin isn't sure about, Theseus casts light.
I see the light.
And everyone who rolled above a 13, can see the tent superimposed over the top of this area here.
So, Chris, I don't know if there's stuff I'm not supposed to be seeing.
Oh, you've got dark. You can see a lot of trees, I assume?
Yes, and I see a small figure just south of me.
See his circles.
This woman down here?
I don't see that. Nope, don't see that down there.
That's my elven vision. Thank you very much.
Give me a second. I'll see what. Yeah, you can't see that yet. Yeah, it's not in your circle of light.
Small circle of 5 of us.
Yeah, that's correct. That's all you can see.
That's all you're allowed to see.
So,
yay.
1, 2, 3, 4. There you go. She'll walk towards you.
Oh.
And
who goes there?
You recognize her. It's Anastasia.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, it is. Okay, I wasn't zoomed in enough to see her.
Yeah. She'll say, oh, well, it seems that you have seen through my illusion. Whilst I can't deal with you, if something else were to happen to you, it's just unlucky, I suppose. And then you notice that her appearance has shifted slightly, and she's most definitely not quite as non-pale and looks a lot more like a vampire. And then
looks a little bit more dead around the gills.
Yeah. And then she fades into the mist.
The mist that I assume is... That's the mist that's creeping in through the trees.
Give me a second to double check that I've got Sean's spell set up correctly. Oh, that's right. It turned off. Yeah, there we go. That should work. So yeah, you should be able to see 40 feet out in dimming light now.
Nice. I see more now, yes.
Okay. So you're in a little bit of a clearing in the woods with the mist starting to come in, and it's quite dark.
Does this seem like the same location where we were? It's just like the tent that we were in vanished, and now we're just kind of... Because like before, there was a river or a body of water to us. Like this doesn't look like even remotely the same place that we were in.
So the trees look like the same type of trees that were on the path to the right and left of you. It looks like at some point you walked into her hallucinatory terrain, and then she directed you to go over this way. So it looks like...
We never picked up on that.
And I noticed there's a lot of spider webs in this picture, so I'm guessing that's why the place was so sticky.
You came this way. You can see that.
Yep.
I can see that. I think Chad's onto something here.
We have to fight Peter Parker.
Okay. So, anyone got a passive perception above let me double check.
So I have passive wisdom listed. Is that the same thing?
Anyone got a passive perception above a 9?
So I go back to my original question. I have a score listed underneath my skills called passive wisdom (parentheses
Yeah, that one.
perception). Is that the same thing?
That's the same thing.
Okay, mine's 16.
Okay. In that case,
Skills? I don't see a passive anything in my skills.
in that case, you can see that.
Oh, passive wisdom. There it is.
Big critter over there. Lots of legs. Prepare for a fight.
And
She led us into Shelob's lair. All we
so,
need is that elven light.
but just remember that everyone else can only see 40 feet away from Sean. So when you say big creature over there, this is as far as they can see it.
Yep. No, I know. I'm pointing in that general direction.
Yeah.
That's a big bug. There's a big critter.
I'll take your word for it.
Okay. So let's roll some initiative.
Yay.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't need all these. That's the wrong
Damn it, I
list.
did it again. I keep forgetting to click on
It's
myself.
okay. I need to reset this thing.
Oh, no, I got it.
No,
Aha.
it's got a different encounter that I
Don't see
prepped
anything.
for last week.
Yeah.
So you all have to roll again. Well, you can keep the scores if you want to, but you all have to roll again.
I'll roll again. That's fine. Did I do better? No, I did
Yeah,
worse.
I rolled pretty good.
Okay, and then... Okay, Adara, you are up. Oh, no, I need to roll for Arena as well, sorry. And Sean. I'm playing everyone.
Now you're half the party.
I'm just playing on my own. I don't know why I even invited you guys.
I mean, if you just want to pretend you're a ranger that misses half the time, you're playing Ed then.
See?
Uh,
Super easy.
Fairly an inconvenience.
I
Okay.
love that chat.
So, well, do you want to go first, Greg, or do you want Theseus to go first?
Theseus wants to go and smack that thing.
Yeah, he can go first. That's
Okay.
Theseus can't see that
He's
thing.
going to head in the direction that he was told the baddies were. And that should be...
Bad guys.
The bad guys.
to here. Yeah, it seems good. And that should give you all light still to follow him. We're going to go to here.
Oh,
And he
there it
is
is.
going to cast out of his new magic shield. So he's going to cast Spiritual Weapon. It's a bit sad for Sean, he'll not get to see the first time it works.
He's going to cast Giant Can of Raid.
Where's it gone? Does he not have it on here?
Oh.
Oh, there it is. Oh. And yeah, it appears over here, and it misses at times. But that was
not cool.
It.
Yeah. So yeah, that's right.
It's a ranger shield.
Oh, it's a sword with some deadly nightshade forming the hilt and the pommel, the sword, and the crossguard sprigs out and has nice leaves and everything.
It's a spider wielding a sword?
No, the sword he cast.
Out of his shield. So that attacks it. And then I believe I said that's a bonus action for his shield. I wasn't expecting to have to play him, so. I mean, I only made the item up, so.
Yeah.
Where did I put you, stupid magic items? Yeah, a bonus action. So he'll try to use, so it's a cantrip you want, he can do that. Sacred Flame. So the Sacred Flame it as well, which is a dex check for this bloody spider.
And then he casts Middle Finger.
Rolls a 20, so that's fine. Passes, takes no damage. No danger. Okay, so this is Sean, this is Spiders, this is Arena. Okay, there you go, Greg. Sorry, you're up. I'll be quicker next time. Firebolt, that is a hit. 7 damage. Okay. And then it is the phase spider.
Phase spider, he says.
Yeah.
Phase.
Because why would I use a normal spider?
All right.
Why would you? These are good questions.
It's a bonus action. A spider can magically shift from a material plane to the ethereal plane. Seems neat.
Shit.
Oh, it didn't like that. It's going to go 1, 2, 3 to here, and then it will try and bite.
Oh, fuck.
I think that misses. Yeah, that's a miss. And then, as a bonus action,
Shit.
Oh, that's not cool.
No, it really isn't.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, and the music didn't play. God damn it. There we go. Okay. Hauser, do you want to take a perception test?
This is going to suck.
Oh, that was lucky.
Aha!
You hear something up here, but I don't know if it's going to help you because I'm fairly certain that Sean moved the light away. I know.
Yeah. I'm going to I guess I'm gonna ready an attack and yell, "Hey, I hear something over this direction."
Okay.
That blows.
1, 2.
Yeah, I'm pointing like off the direction I'm in. Oh fuck.
Wait, how many actions does this thing get in a turn?
Yeah, I noticed it's up again. Unless there's more than one.
Are you assuming that it's the same spider?
It's like I said, there could be more than one.
That's fair. You're right.
And it's going to bite at Hauser.
You're right. I did make the assumption.
It rolled a 1. Not a crit. It rolled a 1 and a 20. Okay. You get your attack as well, Chad.
Yeah, your rated action goes up.
Goody.
Yeah. Woo!
25 hits. No sneak attack damage, unfortunately. But it does take 6 damage. Okay.
Just pulled one of those things where the people walk through the spider web and I just happen to behold my sword. I'm like, oh my god! What the hell is that? And I hit it.
Okay. Vesserin?
And bite my short ass.
Okay, so my free action, I'm going to go ahead and put Hunter's Mark on this one. I don't know how you're going to juggle which ones I have and which ones I don't if there are multiple spiders. Like, do I have a perception on which one is which, or I'm going to have to switch it?
It's only one spider. I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, so for my free action, that's what I'm going to do.
Your bonus action. It's not free.
Right. Okay, same thing.
Yeah, Hunter's Mark on to
that spider.
This one?
Yes, that one. That would be the one. Okay, let's take a swing.
A 12
take a shot.
Misses.
Yeah.
There's the ranger doing ranger things.
Super annoying.
Arena?
Bet you my metal dice wouldn't do that.
Is going to...
Oh my god.
Step up here. And she's going to attack.
Did she see in the dark?
Oh, but she rolled a 19, so she'll take with disadvantage. You also have to remember that... Oh, no, she can see that. It's only dim white.
As I say, it's right beside you.
You can see this.
I don't see it.
How do you not see it? It's right beside you.
You can see it.
Because I can't see in the dark.
Oh, that's right. The light sources were...
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, Sean stepped away with a light source.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
So lucky, innit? And then back to Theseus. So his spiritual... I'm just going to draw it on here. So his spiritual weapon is a nice little sword here. And so he's going to move it to this square. All of it. Okay, just a tip. Which will give the sword advantage. Too many character sheets. Where are you? Spiritual weapon. 16 hits for level 2 is the standard, so 8 damage. Oh no. Can't do that because it's not there. Giving the game away.
Yeah, I'm like, what the hell are you hitting?
Yeah, nothing. Ignore all of that. I can see things that you guys can't.
Apparently.
So he's going to move his spiritual weapon from here to go 1, 2, 3 to here. And then he's going to move himself.
That would be helpful.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What spells does he have prepared? Bane or Bless? What do you think?
What does Bane do?
Bane is the opposite of Bless. It minuses a d4 off their attacks against you.
He breaks the Batman.
Bless gives you an extra d4 on your attacks. So do you want him to be less likely to hit you, or do you want to be more likely to hit them?
My vote is them less likely to hit us, but I will defer.
Because when Ed rolls a 1, he's still rolling pretty bad.
So
Right,
Sean
right.
Sean is going to ready a Bane for when a spider attacks.
Okay, that sounds fair.
Because it's up to 3 creatures, and it can only see 1 at the moment. So I feel like that would be a waste otherwise.
Yeah, that's not cool. Up to 3. So 1, he only sees 1. That's information bad.
Okay, Adara. So you see a spider here, 14 hits.
So mad I missed.
Really? That's what you do all the time.
I know, it's so frustrating.
Okay, all of a sudden,
Oh.
who's it going to be?
No.
So at this point, Theseus is going to cast Bane. I
was born into the darkness.
Exactly.
So charisma checks for 2 spiders. So the one that is about to attack one of you 2.
I'm sure the charisma is like super high.
And then the one that is facing off against the arena. Yeah, so they both fail. So they take -4 off their attack rolls.
Yay!
Okay. So
Ooh, spiders.
Adara, maybe get bit. 18 minus a d4. So a 14. No. And oh, doesn't he have multi-attack? Why even live? God. Oh. Hauser?
Alright. I am going to move up here and take a swing at that spider.
Okay. So you want to be... Yeah, that's fine. It's still advantage. Yeah.
I was going to say, I'm like kind of diagonal from...
yeah, you're good.
Who is that down there? Yeah,
Arena. That will be a hit. You do get sneak attack.
Same thing I rolled last time for damage. 7 and a 6.
All right.
Points to damage 8-legged freak.
Oh, it's looking a little bit beaten. So
yeah, you don't fuck with halflings.
Looking a little bit beaten.
Screeches.
Yeah, a little. I mean,
some squealy spider pain sound. I don't know. Okay, so luckily it's go, and it is going to bite at Hauser.
You did just poke at it.
A 16.
But with a minus though, right?
Oh yeah. Oh, look at you remembering stuff.
Yeah.
A 15.
Damn it! That's what I am. Is 15.
So, you ready?
Why am I always getting bitten? No, I'm not ready.
So take 6 piercing damage. And then take a DC 11 Constitution save.
I was gonna say I felt like there was a a comma in that sentence.
Oh, you pass. So you only take 12 poison damage.
Ooh.
So wait, I take another 12?
Yep, so you take 18 damage in total.
Oh, that's bullshit.
Are you down?
No, he's
No.
not down. I mean, it'd have been very close had he failed to
I probably won't
save.
survive another one of those.
And then this
I
spider
lost almost half my hit points.
Oh God.
is going to just like,
Cut it
I mean,
off.
yeah.
That
This
was
is that TPK he was warning us about.
yeah. Well, looks like we're
Okay.
gonna get to call it an early night, guys.
Vesserin, would you like... So your hunter's mark lets you... But you can't not track stuff, is that right? How does it... What does it say?
So hold on, let's pull this up.
I'm just going to do a quick rando ruling here just to expedite it. And we will say you could take a perception or a survival check, whichever one is better for you.
Oh, great. The way he
Okay.
rolls, neither.
Actually, they're about the same.
Hey, he'll roll one either way.
Yeah, I can roll a 1 just as easy. Hey!
So you feel like you're getting a ping from this direction.
I don't see it.
You don't see it, but you feel like it's over there.
But I
You didn't see your ping.
I didn't see your ping. That's
I didn't ping. I drew a yellow line because I'm not pinging where it is. I'm drawing on you in this direction. I'm gonna like this kind of cone here.
If you're drawing something, I don't see that.
Oh, sorry, I'm drawing on the GM layer. That's why.
That's what I mean when I say I can't see that. I mean I can't see that.
Shut up. God. Fucking players.
This ranger needs glasses.
So you're basically getting stuff from this quadrant here.
Okay. Gotcha. Well, so I can't see
spider
it.
there.
I am in base contact with. So
you're going to drop your bow?
Considering that if I fire into close combat with a bow, I provoke, correct?
No, it's just disadvantage.
Oh.
Did you 5 foot back?
No, they don't do that in this one. The moment you disengage, they still get the... Yeah, that is something they removed from the game. I could disengage as a full action, but then I don't get to swing. Oh, for the love of God.
I hit it anyway.
Yeah, I hate doing this, but he's right. All right, so I am going to go ahead and drop the bow. Pull out the longsword. Can I still move and attack at that juncture?
Yeah, you can move to here.
Move to... Yeah, because that's exactly what because I want to get advantage on this thing.
Yeah.
All right, I'll take a swing. Someone remember that I dropped that. Here we go. Woo!
So 21 hits.
Hey.
Yay! All right, so what you don't see on my screen is literally like my die did the casino die thing where it hits the table and looks like it wants to roll but doesn't. It just landed on a 2 and didn't go anywhere. I'm sure mechanically it actually randomly generated a number, but...
Okay, Arena is going to... probably make it to here relatively easily. And we'll stab at the spider as well.
Stabby, stabby.
9 doesn't hit. Sorry, Arena. Get good. And then Theseus. He's going to move into here. And he's going to use Donovich's mace. 13 just hits.
Yay.
7. And then he can move his spiritual weapon, which can now see something. To here, get advantage from Arena. Sorry, I need like an extra monitor when I'm playing this many characters. So 20 will hit. 5 more damage. Okay. Adara.
Okay. Here. Yeah. From the ring.
Okay. It does not look happy. Its legs are starting to crack, and there's ichor dripping out of its carapace, and horrible hissing noises.
Good.
It's had
It's
a
going.
hard day at work and it wants to come home and have a drink.
Oh, it's going to.
Oh. No, it's going to do nothing but die.
Phase out of existence.
Ugh.
Yeah. Hauser's turn.
Oh, shit. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to move here and ready an attack.
Okay.
Because there ain't nothing else I can see at this point.
Okay. And just double check something. Yeah, okay. That's the spider's turn. And Vesserin, do you want to take another check against your hunter's mark?
Come on, Stormtrooper.
So you feel like it's shifted, but you're not as certain anymore. So it definitely moved, but I'm still on the wrong way. God damn it. Now you can only tell that it's to your west somewhere. You can't get you got southwest last time. You're muted still, though. You're still muted.
Oh, sorry. I didn't realize
Sorry?
I did that. So I'm going to reach over, grab my bow, and sling that since I have a moment.
Yep.
And then if I have enough actions left, prepare an attack for the first thing that comes into contact with me.
Okay. Arena is going to ask Hauser if he's okay. You okay?
No, I got
No.
bit by that thing. It hurt.
No, no, I am not.
Okay.
This look okay to you? This is not supposed to
Do
be.
it from my waterproof covering.
Apparently, I've started a collection of bite marks.
That's her turn. She'll ready an attack. Theseus is going to move his spiritual weapon in a little bit, I suppose. Have it over here, maybe. Don't know. Adara.
I'm going to prepare a magic missile for the first target that appears in front of me.
Okay.
I suppose I'll. Well, I can't. Yeah, I can't split up my thing. So
When it appears and you trigger it, then you can split them up. But obviously,
yeah. Well, my plan is to move back towards a group, right?
you can still move, but you couldn't. Yeah, and then do it. Okay. Hauser.
I'm ready to attack at this point. I'm waving one middle finger in the air, like "fuck you, spider."
Okay.
Just like you don't care.
Yeah, I care. It fucking hurts.
I mean, you would have taken. What was it? Could you guys see that damage?
Yeah, 24.
Yeah. A
Yeah.
nice
Major
polite.
would have taken 24 fucking poison damage.
Yeah, plus the piercing damage from the bite itself. So you would have been nearly dead. Vesserin, you go.
Try again to see if I can see the damn thing.
Feel like it's getting further away.
Damn it. I'll share that.
Run away!
I think it's just.
Well, I mean, it's not even on the same plane of existence, right? So I don't even know that.
Right.
I don't know exactly how Hunter's Mark would interact with this.
It doesn't.
Yeah. So
what you saying?
Would it cancel the spell then, or would it come back when it phases back in?
I mean, you'd have to look at the actual.
Yeah.
And
I
this
feel
thing's
like
not even showing up in the turn order anymore. What the hell?
Because it phased out. It's
Aging, right?
it's not even in Roll20 anymore. It's gone.
I don't know.
You
I can see him.
See within range, you mark it until the spell ends. You deal extra damage whenever you hit it with an attack. If the target drops their hit points.
If he hits it.
Well, yeah, I don't know. Like, I think you can probably maintain it, but
Yeah. Yeah, so I don't think it's I don't see them. So in my head canon for phase creatures, like I don't see them permanently occupying the alternate realm that they go to. Like theoretically, according to the rules, they shift to the ethereal plane, but I don't feel like they don't stay there for like full and indefinitely kind of thing. So every so often you get a flicker, but nothing to lock onto. Arena, I was gonna say you really don't look good, man.
I really don't feel good.
Theseus will take the hint this time and say out loud that, well, I don't actually have any spell slots left to heal you because I cast 3 lots of Lesser Restoration, 1 Bane, and but the Lesser Restoration was a good shout because stuff might have happened. But yeah, I know I've got level 2 slots left, so I could do.
Do you have any level 1 spell slots left?
No, because in fact, Lesser Restoration is level 3, isn't it? Yeah, sorry, no, other way around. Yeah. No, sorry, I'm misreading his sheet. So yeah, he will come over and give you a cure wounds. 6 wounds back.
Yay.
Adara?
Well, there's no way of tracking them.
No.
So we just stand here and...
Somebody cast Detect Punk Ass Bitch.
You don't have to stand there. It's not a giant map.
So yeah, I mean, we can move off, but we don't really have any way of tracking them, so...
Split the party, good idea.
That always works out.
I mean, we're not where we expected to be beside the river, right?
Make a what would it be?
Or are we in some sort of hallucinatory terrain?
She dropped the hallucinatory terrain when she left, so this is where you are now. But you can take a not investigation. What's a passive one? A perception test.
Perception.
Yeah. So you don't hear anything, but your perceptive cleric over here says that he thinks he can hear a stream in the distance, and it sounds like it's coming from a direction you came. Is that on the right way?
So we didn't go back to the camp at all, or the whole... Because, I mean, we did interact with Madame Eva while we were at the camp originally.
But, so...
that was originally.
Let's see.
So either led here or teleported here.
Theseus says that it doesn't feel like you've gone too far from where you meant to be, but you must have just hit this illusion and kind of got sidetracked when she sent us off in this direction.
I mean,
I just don't know that I'm confident they're gone.
Why don't you make a survival check and see if you can direct us back to the camp?
Okay. That's the natural explorer thing.
Oh, just your regular survival skill, right?
Yeah.
You get advantage if it's in the forest.
Yeah.
True.
I see trees.
I do see trees.
So so you can see your tracks by cutting through here, and like that is the direction you came along this path here. Let me turn off just to make it easier. I'm going to turn daylight mode on. It's not daytime though.
Gotcha. It just makes it easier.
Yeah. So there's 2 exits to this little clearing. One is the way you came, and one is the way you saw the Anastasia approach from. Anastasia came this way. You apparently came this way.
All right. I guess I'm going to slowly lead them in that direction. Say this is the way we came from.
Okay.
But again, I'm not convinced by any stretch of the imagination that they're gone.
The spiders?
Right.
Can I make an Arcana check to explain it to him?
Yeah.
You can explain it. You can't make them understand it, though.
Yeah.
So the spiders occupy multiple dimensions at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
They can maneuver well in the other dimension. So they have fled effectively in a extra dimensional space. I mean, in theory, they could be lurking around here.
That's kind of what I mean. Like, they could just come back.
But they could also have wandered off and then come back at any point as well, right? Your hunter's mark should probably give you an indication. So when you sense your hunter's mark become active again, then they're back in the prime material plane.
It would be extremely difficult for the spider you've got hunter's marked to ambush you unless it... Well, so it could sit on top of you, theoretically, and then it would get a drop on you.
But it's in the ethereal plane either, right? We're not in the ethereal plane.
Yeah.
So it's not like it can perceive the prime material plane from the ethereal plane. So, like...
Okay.
Yeah. So
I will say, because you are a ranger, both of those spiders looked extremely battered when they phased out the last time we saw them.
Okay. All right. I'm still I can feel like I need to keep my guard up, but okay.
I mean,
Well, you are in Barovia, so not a bad plan 100% of the time.
He makes good points.
I mean,
there may be a lesson here.
They can move through these trees in the ethereal plane.
Yeah, because those trees
through the openings, they could just move through the extra dimensional space, right, where the trees don't exist.
Yep.
Yeah. So if they choose to ambush us, that's the nature of the face spider. There's absolutely nothing we can do about it. They're just going to appear on top of us.
All right.
They're here, but they're also in the ethereal plane going, Dale, what the hell was that? I thought you had my back.
Like, dude, what the hell?
So it doesn't you. So you're going in. Just ping which path you're taking from me, Ed. Which way you're leading them? Okay.
Yeah, I think we're gonna go the direction that we came out of here.
So it's as you get effectively off the map, the cobwebs aren't there anymore. Like, they're still behind you, but it's more of like I say, it was the same style of trees that you're used to. And then the sound of the stream does get louder as you approach, and effectively you will... I need to just wind this up for myself. And now I need to drag you guys to this page. There you go. So that's where you come out. You should be on the map now.
I see us.
Yay!
Yeah.
Like southwest of the box, which is where we want to be.
Wait, you see us? I do not.
Zoom out.
You see the red square?
Oh, there it is. There it is. Okay, I'm way over there.
It's too zoomed in, that's all.
Yeah, that's what it is. Because
good job, old man.
I popped out my Discord so I can keep you guys in the bottom and still see you. Yeah. And it took it too far down, so I couldn't see the scroll bar to the right. And I'm like, why can't I see this? There we go.
Because you don't have your bifocal on.
That's right.
Theseus is going to throw you another healing, Chad.
All right.
Hey.
5 more wounds. I've only got 1 spell left, so I can use it on you now, or we can save it in case something bad happens in the night.
Just in case.
Yeah, let's go ahead and save it. I'm only down by 7 at this point.
Okay.
We could also take a short rest if you wanted, and you could use your hit dice. Have we taken a short rest today?
Not yet.
You take a short rest at the graveyard?
No.
I think
Hmm.
no, I don't think you did. I don't have that written in my notes. So
We didn't encounter anything.
Once we're back to the camp, we could always just take a short rest
Yeah.
and then go into our long rest right after it.
Well, hopefully, if everything's okay at the camp, yeah, we can just go into our long rest. And
Hopefully.
if everything's okay, yeah. Let's pray we find some Vastani there.
How about I would just be happy with nothing.
You are heading back to where the camp should be then?
Mm-hmm.
Where they
Yes.
should be.
Okay. You guys are in the incorrect place because as you
we thought we were in.
Coming down the hill, you hear a little bit of chatter, not too raucous because it's getting late now, but you see the firelight and the wagons. And as you round the bottom caravan, you should be able to see a couple of Vastani still up enjoying a drink around the fire. Everyone else seems to have drifted off to bed.
I think we roam into camp and try to get ourselves some well-needed rest.
Yeah.
Okay, so as you approach, this guy here sees you. My friends, you have returned.
Yes,
A
we
little
finally
worse
have
for
made
the
it
wear.
back.
Such esteemed visitors twice in one day. Won't you join us for a drink?
I'm feeling like I probably need one at this point.
You can talk me into it.
My little friend, you look like you have a tale to tell me.
Yes, I've been bitten yet again. seems to be a habit I've picked up.
Apparently, things are tasty.
So you join him around the fire. Yeah, and have a drink. Yeah, sorry. So you're gonna share your stories.
Yes, we're going to share the tales of these scary spiders that bounced in and out of reality.
Oh yes, yeah. There are many creatures that occupy the woods around these areas. Best to be on your best to keep your eyes open and stay on the paths. The salvage woods are not to be trifled with.
What appears your traveling companion, is it Alexandra? No. What's her name?
Anastasia.
Anastasia.
May have led us in the wrong direction.
Made her alignment with the Lord of the land known to us.
She has been infatuated with our Lord Strad for many a year now. She often visits the castle.
Indeed.
That makes sense now. Would have been nice if you'd have told us that before, but hey, you know who's getting picky here.
So, I mean, we've talked about this before.
Information I could have used yesterday.
the gypsies or the Vastani
Mm-hmm.
work for Strahd already, right?
In a matter of speaking.
It was my understanding, though, that they had like a what's the word that I'm looking for? a symbiotic relationship. Like they don't necessarily work for him, but they don't work against him either. Like they recognize that they've got stuff they can do to help him, which they do, and in exchange, he doesn't kill them.
I think it's probably more defined than that. I think
Oh,
they're more in his service, but they do have their own agenda as well.
okay, maybe that makes much more sense.
Would you have told some passing travelers of her afflictions if she was sleeping next to you at night?
Maybe not, considering I might be dinner.
Your allegiance is to your own, but that she's still one of you.
Maybe she was once. She knows our ways. She respects our customs. She would never have attacked. She would never have done you harm within our camp.
No, but
if you shared food with us, you are our guests. She would never have done you harm in our camp.
Sure, but before she was afflicted, she was a member of your tribe, right? Or your.
Not my family, but she is of the people.
Okay, yeah, that's sort of that is what we assume. I mean, it's the nature of where we are, right?
Mm-hmm.
Really, it does not. I don't think it's our way either to hold animosity towards you for the actions that are not your own.
That's what he says. I don't know about that.
Will you be taking the night here? Say you've enjoyed our bread and our wine. You'll be safe here tonight.
Well, we appreciate the offer. I think we will take our rest within the tents.
I agree.
So
yes, I need to sleep off a very nasty bite.
He does say that there are 3 tents in the northeast, northwest, that aren't currently occupied, but you're welcome to stay.
I mean, that's the way we came into the camp, isn't it?
So the ones that you were going to sleep in,
we were in.
Yeah.
But I'm saying when we came back to the camp from the glade, did we not come in from the northwest?
No,
we came from the south.
She'd intercepted you slightly before you got here.
Oh. Okay. Yeah, that's our plan.
Yeah. Okay. And let me double check something on the other map for a second. Just want to see.
I'm going to run up and refresh my drink here real quick if you give me 2 seconds.
No worries. What distance is this? No, it's over. No, it's fine. Doesn't matter. There's very little chance of you hearing or seeing anything there. That's fine.
Oh, lovely.
We'll do the same thing again. We'll use the alarm spell with the audible warning.
So you didn't cast the spell because I didn't want to start off an encounter at that point in the night. Once you'd committed to lesser restorations and if all 5 of you had eaten and drank and then gone to bed, it could have been nasty, but it's fine. So how long are you guys? Are you just going to sleep until you've had a long rest? Because it's later than you expected now.
Take short rest before we begin our long rest type thing.
Okay.
Because I'm going to do basically, I'll just sort of study and read for an hour, regain my spells from Arcane Recovery, and then begin a long rest.
Okay, so they will be waking you up well, not waking you up, but there'll be noises in the camp before your long rest is finished, kind of thing. So, are you setting a watch or anything?
I don't know that we have to with the alarm and with their. Yeah, I don't
Okay.
think we have.
Okay. So your short rest passes without any issue. And then let's go ahead and you're still here, Chad, so you get the luck of rolling a perception check. Oh, you are well away. If you need a good night's sleep, phase spider venom apparently is the thing to do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Eh,
I was gonna say, am I gonna sleep long enough to recover 7 hit points?
Oh, you'll get your long rest now that nothing woke you up, which will give you back up to full.
Or
Yeah.
Sorry, I opened the
alright.
damn refrigerator and I busted the lever for the light, and I had to fix that. I don't know how I did that.
It's an old refrigerator.
Okay.
Yeah, but I don't. I just opened the door. I didn't like.
So
It's like you,
everyone,
it's getting old.
Right?
you just finished a long rest, so everyone can have 200 XP for scaring off some base spiders. I'm not giving you the full work.
Nor should you.
I'll note that on
Gases
Sean.
ran before we could kill him.
It should put you at 3-7, I think.
Yes.
Almost
And I gave you all role playing XP from last week as well, didn't I?
I don't know. We're at 3,700 now. That's what I'm showing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
How
I
far
don't
off level
remember.
5? How far off level 5 are you? I can't remember what the breakpoint is.
500.
Yeah, you're over halfway there, aren't you? Yeah. Yeah. So
we only need like level 6 extremely hard encounter, and then we could just level.
Yeah.
We'll fire one up there.
I've got many an encounter ready to go. You just
As
have
long as the creatures don't have bite as an attack.
all of the creatures in Barovia have bite as attack.
It's like
Yeah.
living in Australia. Everything wants to kill you.
So you got a long rest, Ed, so everything should be topped up again, all of your spells and everything. I'll reset Sean's.
The one thing I did do is I replaced the magic missile in the ring with a level 2 magic missile.
Okay.
So I have 2 level 1 magic missiles and 1 level 2 magic missile and a protection from evil in the ring.
Okay. Sean didn't have anything to upgrade on the shield, so he just recovers that back up to full. Because he doesn't have high enough spell levels yet anyway. Okay, so it is relatively
It must
late.
be nice having those magic items, huh, Ed?
Yeah, it must be.
I wonder who's benefiting from them.
Relatively late in the morning now. Sounds like they've been up for a little while. One of the wagons has actually left when you exit your tent. I'm on the correct layer. So this wagon down here isn't there anymore.
Okay.
Which means I can
And I'm
Turn
assuming
daylight on.
the vampire's tent is empty.
If you go in it, it looks exactly the same as it did when Sean checked it the day before.
So like all the stuff's there, just no occupant.
I think
Yeah.
we should grind up some garlic and stuff like that and put it in the entrance.
Someone must have invited her in. It's a dwelling.
Pumpkin seeds in the middle of the tent, so the next time she goes in there, she spends all night counting them.
Okay. And
Should we give?
the Vastani in the camp are all enjoying some breakfast.
I was gonna say, is it daylight?
Yeah.
Yep, early morning.
As
Break-
much
There we go.
Good.
as there is. Oh, look at that. The clones are back. Body snatchers have
I was gonna say,
returned.
should we go talk to the old woman?
Do we even know if she's there? That's the question. Go ahead, go take a look.
She was up here.
Gonna come in?
Her tent, and I'm not gonna just enter without,
Okay, then.
they're gonna be nice and kind of like, check on her, see if she's in there.
Dragon firework into her tent.
So the flap's closed at the moment. It's like hanging down. So
Okay, so I will he's in there.
Run around the tent banging your
Mm.
pot,
Huh?
screaming Oklahoma.
you're going to stay out there all day, Mr. Lightfoot?
Well, I wanted to make sure I was allowed to enter. It's rude to enter without permission.
If I didn't want you to enter, you wouldn't enter.
Whoa!
All right.
Oh,
So
did you
I'll step in and
find what you're looking for?
I don't know that it's what I was looking for exactly. We did find several interesting things. Now, I'll tell her about my vision I had down at the gallows, where the one where I saw myself hanging, and then we went back there, and I found a grave with a name like mine on it.
Remember to keep the book a secret.
Yeah, I am.
Okay.
That's why I didn't say that part, dumbass.
Yeah. Well, it's very peculiar.
Yeah. And on the way back, we seem to have been pushed into the wrong direction, and we ran into some spiders.
I did warn you that you shouldn't trust everybody you meet.
Yes, I see that now. Yes.
It's
Very
a
unfortunate.
dangerous land you find yourselves in.
Yes, I'm learning that every
could
day.
well be the end of you.
I would rather it not be.
I'm sure I've heard you say that before.
Yeah. Yes, living is a very intense hobby of mine.
Oh, be a dear and go and get me some food, please.
Sure, not a problem. I'm gonna head back, I guess, over this direction, where we're having food.
Yeah.
It's where the breaking of the fast is happening.
Yes.
Yeah. Just some light beans being cooked and splodged out into a little bowl, kind of handle cup mug thing, and some bread and some strong smelling bean juice that they've boiled.
All right. I will inform the others that the old lady's up there. Ask if I can get some food to take up to her.
Yeah, that's what I give you. A bitter smelling brown liquid and some beans in a cup with a big wooden spoon.
All right. I'll look at the rest of my party and be like, "Did you guys want to talk to her too, or you good hanging out here?"
I don't know how much more information we're going to get out of her, to be honest. So I'm thinking after breakfast we head north to where we're going.
All right. All right, sounds good. I will let her know we'll be departing then.
Okay.
Like I'm not wrong. Aside from the fact that she mentioned that, hey, you found your own dead body, and she was like, yeah, that was it.
Yeah.
That was her contribution to the. I don't think she's got much more to tell. Yeah.
All right. Oh, yeah.
Well, I'm sure she's got much more to tell, but whether or not you're going to get anything out of her,
Right.
it's going to be as ambiguous as ever. She's going to offer to read your cards and then leave you just as confused as you were.
Pretty much. All right, I will return to the tent that she's in, give her breakfast, let her know that we plan on departing soon.
Okay. She'll wish you well and safe journey. And remember, don't trust everybody you meet.
I will keep that in mind. Thank you. Go rejoin the guys over here.
Okay, so let's get back on the map, find out what's happening. So you are all currently in the little square. I think I can do
Sure.
this.
Yep.
Let's shift, isn't it? Let's shift and click. Yeah, there we go.
Ed, can you see that?
Sure can.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure you had your bifocals this time.
Oh,
Okay.
wait, there it went again.
So there you go.
That awful tick.
What is the plan?
Yeah. Oh, we are heading northwest. Well, we're heading
Yeah.
northwest on this trail, so
Yeah, meet back up with the main road. That's kind of the main plan. Kind of cross that bridge.
Okay.
Go and check in on Windmill.
So Theseus will bring up the fact that, well, other than we've agreed to take Arena to Vakili, our reason for going there is pretty mute now. I have my shield.
I still feel that we should take her.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree with that statement. I think we're honor bound to take her
So,
down.
is that right? Just once we get there, we'll have to take some time to reassess, I suppose.
Let's see what happens when we get there. I still want to see what's in the windmill.
If we get there.
Yeah, that's a big if.
Okay. So, as you are following the river at the base of the canyon, and you come along, so you're like roughly here. So let's do some. Yeah, so I'm walking for about an hour, not even lunchtime yet, and you see the bridge, and the far end of a waterfall spills into a pool billowing forth from clouds of mist. There's a great stone bridge that spans the canyon nearly 1,000 feet overhead.
Wow.
Stone, I assume?
Yeah. A great stone bridge.
No, it's a little rickety rope bridge with an old bridge keeper asking questions.
Some people call me Tim.
That wasn't that character.
Oh, that's right. You're right.
Here's the old man from scene 24.
What is your favorite? What is your favorite color? Red. No. Black. Just watch that today too.
So,
I assume that this bridge looks relatively safe to cross.
it's a giant stone bridge. You have to work your way back up onto the main road because you're in the.
Oh, I see what you mean. We're kind of in a valley down here. We're kind of coming up. Okay, I see what you mean.
Yeah. Hopefully it's troll free.
So yeah, we'll start scaling up the hill so we can get across the bridge. Although, how wide of a river is this? I'm just throwing this out there. Like, sure, we could climb up the mountain to cross the bridge, or we could just cross the river and cut up through the woods. I don't know if it's a good wide decision. Probably not.
Yeah, because last time we went into the woods toward that gate, I mean, nothing really bad happened there. I mean,
No, nothing bad at all happened.
Yeah, going off the road is probably not a prudent choice at this point. Considering the treasure that we carry.
And last night we strayed off the path, and nothing bad happened there, right?
Not intentionally.
So, does anybody have rope and things like that?
Yeah, we all have rope, I think.
That's why I just have the stone bridge. Yes, I have hempen rope.
So it's going to take a couple of hours to take a really slow, steady, safe pace up there. You could do it quicker, but that'll be making some rolls.
Okay, I see. Like, this is like genuinely like arduous kind of like territory to get back up onto the road kind of thing.
Yeah, so you could continue along the valley underneath the bridge and then get to the waterfall or try and ford the river and carry on.
But I go back to my original question. How wide is this river?
Bridge.
So, like I said, as I was saying,
it's a footpath, right?
Yeah. But you can climb it without. There's not going to be any rolls. It's just going to take you a couple of hours.
Yeah, I think we stay on the footpath until we get back to the road.
Yeah. Play it safe.
Are there any signs that the wagons have gone this way, or do they go back to the main road?
They go back down to the main road.
No.
Yeah, no, I can't possibly imagine they'd be dragging wagons up this.
Well,
anything that requires claw.
Probably worth checking. Probably Tesla wagons that drive themselves.
I'm waiting for the Tesla monster truck, that's all. Elon Musk will get me eventually.
So, as you're not quite up, so you don't have a clear view of what's on the road now. You can see the bridge to your right and then the road winding down to your left, and you're kind of climbing up this arduous cliff face to get onto the level you're trying to be at. You've had to come off the path, kind of goes underneath where the bridge is and then towards where the waterfall comes down. And you all make me who's got the best? So I'm not going to roll for Sean, but he'll assist someone. So whoever's got the best perception, make a roll with advantage.
I got a +4.
I'm at 6.
Yeah.
I think I've got the best shot at this.
Yeah. Okay. So you hear the sound of wooden wheels being turning and a cart sounds like being pushed down the road.
Just above us, you mean?
Yeah.
So I'm going to do one of the
So by the time
See what-
you get to a point where you could see, there's a figure probably like 300 or 400 yards past you now. Looks to be an old lady pushing a handcart.
All
Oh,
you
look
meat
at that,
pies.
It's your girlfriend. It's your pie lady.
I was just gonna
Yeah.
ask if that was her.
It does look like her.
Aunt May is all the way out here. She's a little out of her town.
Not Aunt May. She's golden oldie. Hair of the black.
Ed's all like, "Hey, old lady, come back! I want some of your pie."
I'm not letting that go. I'm trying to remember what her name was.
Don't know what her name is. It's Granny M.
Granny
The
M.
only-
That's what it was.
the only thing
That's
you've
what it was.
referred to her as.
Granny M. Hello. Because I don't want to
she's
surprise her and think they're like we're robbing her on the road.
She's
You see
300
her.
yards away. I mean,
So you're shouting to her then? So she's past you now? So like she's like,
Yeah.
let's
Oh, so she's like gone down the path already.
she's continuing down the road. Oh, I can't measure. What the hell's wrong here? So she's like
Ed wants some of your
about
meat.
there. So like she's 0.3 of a mile away. By the time you're like, 'cause you heard, but you were still fairly far down, so you still had to scale up and get there. But yeah, so
She's like a good 6-7 minute walk.
Yeah, but
well,
like-
if you sprint after her, you'd be there in like 40, 50 seconds.
All
But
right,
like,
okay.
it's like 1,000 meters dash kind of thing, you know. What I'm getting at is if you're going to shout at the old lady to turn her cart back around and push it back up the incline, it seems a bit rude. But
How bad do you want that old woman's meat?
I'm not asking her to turn around. I just want to let her know of our presence, that we're there, so she doesn't think we're like robbers alongside the road trying to steal.
She's gone past us, dude. Like, she totally
Okay,
didn't
so
see us, and she's down the road already.
she stops and looks. So you're up on the run? Or are you still like half peeping now?
I'm up on the road at this point.
Okay. So she'll like give you a unsure wave.
And then I'll wave at her like, "Hi, how are you?"
Just bothering this old woman at this point.
Take another perception check to see if you see.
She's now waving at you with one finger.
Okay. No advantage on this one. So yeah, she seems to turn her cart around and start heading back towards you.
Oh no! She doesn't have to come up the hill. I
Good
don't want her to push up the
job!
hill.
This is why you
I
shouldn't have
know.
waved her down.
Run down to her.
And
I don't want
okay, so as you get a little bit closer and like you see her kind of squinting a little bit, you see the recognition in her eyes. Oh, I mean, I would have been coming to bring more pies into town today, dearie. You didn't have to come all the way out here for them.
Time. Looks like we lost Craig.
Yeah, I know.
Yep.
I'm on it.
Okay, I was gonna say pausing.
Yeah, piece of electronic shit.
He
It's
hasn't
fine,
joined yet.
It's fine. Don't worry about it. I'm still recording on the other one. So,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. So getting back into character there for a second. I just wanted to let you know, like, we were climbing up from that lower path. I didn't want you to think that we were gonna like rob from you or steal from you. I just wanted to warn you that we were here. That was all. I just wanted to say hello.
I appreciate it, dearie. As a tip, next time you're trying to ambush anyone, obviously you weren't trying to ambush me. Generally, it's tradition to do it before they get past you.
Well, I was really far down there. By the time I saw you, I was like, what I didn't want to have happen was for you to see us coming up the hill and then freak out and run down the hill and get hurt. I just wanted to let you know that we were here and say hello. That was all.
Are you gonna buy a pie for her trouble?
Now I'm gonna have to.
Okay.
This is why I was like, don't bother. She's gone.
Did you enjoy the dreamy pastries?
I did very much so. Actually, now that fuck you, Craig.
Up yours, Dick.
Craig's got his shit squared away. Actually, yes, I really did, and I would not mind having another since I've gone through the trouble of tracking you down.
Okay. Oh, it'll be a shiny gold deer.
That it is. And there you go.
Where are you heading on the road? It seems a bit of a strange place to enter a road. And you've been fishing, maybe?
No, we were just exploring. Wanted to see where that path led. Turned out to be a bad idea.
Oh, make sure
heading
you
north.
don't go too deep into the woods. It's dangerous.
Yeah, we learned that the hard way.
It bites.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
it's kind of
it's a hard journey on my old back, so I should probably get back to it if I want to get to a village in time to sell this batch.
totally understand. Do you make this journey every day?
Most days.
I sort of thought you lived in Barovia, but you don't live in Barovia. Where are you coming from? The town to the north?
Oh no, I'm not welcome in Vallaki. They don't take well to outsiders.
Oh, don't take well to outsiders. You say? Is that? Should we be worried? Because that's kind of where we're heading.
Oh, I don't know. If you do have any luck getting to Vallaki, though, make sure you let me know. I've been looking to try and expand our business.
I will bring some of your pastries with me since I just purchased them.
Oh,
So if you're not living
here,
in the,
why don't you take some more? So she'll go in and take out a tray and hand you a tray, and she'll take them back and reach into the bottom of a cart, and she's got some waxed fabric, and bunch them up and fold them, so they should keep warm and keep better that way.
I will absolutely do that. So if you're not living in town, where again, you don't have to tell. I'm just kind of curious. Like, do you live along the road somewhere?
Oh yeah, just a couple of miles up the road.
Okay, I'm just curious. Interesting. I was convinced that lady lived in town.
She probably lives in a very nice castle that's only a few miles away.
That's kind of what I'm wondering. Because if she's
I was told to trust nobody.
right, because I'm looking at this map. I'm going, lives up the road. Where there? Unless she lives in our windmill. Oh, yep. All right. So I've collected her stuff. I guess I'll. All right.
Rejoin the group.
Yes, I'm rejoining the group now, guys. I will bid her farewell and good journey, and then I will rejoin the group.
Yeah. So you're gonna secure a rope to anything so the others can have an easy journey up the rope?
So yeah, that's probably a good idea.
Yeah, thanks. Climbing's not my strong suit.
Okay, so you get there, and then I will take a perception check. Okay, so
We found shit.
Chad, you rolled one, so you don't see anyone and are curious as who is talking to.
Yeah. You talk to yourself often?
No. It was Grandma, the Granny May. I got dream pastries. I basically just said to the ice cream man's here. And ran down to the ice cream man, came back with pastries.
So you can't see her.
What? She,
She,
the ladies.
like, yeah. Like, you saw her going off down the road, but she can't see her anymore.
She's like out of eyesight now.
Yeah, or she's a little bit faster than her old frame should permit.
Yeah, that's what I'm kind of thinking. I mean, if she's traveling this long road,
Lives in a house nearby. Now I'm starting to wonder about Grammy May.
Good thing
Yeah.
you've been eating her pies all this time.
I know.
yeah.
Someday when he comes down to slaughter everyone, he'll kill me last. That's all I can say.
Okay, so what's the plan?
The-
Yeah.
You've been supporting my,
So,
I guess we. Is everyone up on the road now?
Yeah, as you're on the
Think so.
road, you can look across the arching bridge, and the stone on the side walls is all mouldy and it's got black moss on it. There's gargoyles perched on the front pillars, and you can see them on the far side.
Oh shit!
Seen these guys before.
Shit!
On the mountainous side of a bridge, a waterfall spills into a misty pool nearly 1,000 feet below.
So this is. It's basically like steps. So there's the waterfall coming from up here drops about 1,000 feet, and then we're above 1,000 feet, and that kind of dives down into that.
On the map, so the waterfall goes. I'm going to do it in blue.
It's like we're crossing a bridge at Niagara.
So it flows this way. The waterfall falls down here, runs under a bridge, and then into a pool.
Gotcha. Okay, gotcha.
So the river's flowing in that direction. So if you'd have carried on underneath the bridge, you'd have got to a waterfall and like had nowhere really to go.
Other than out, yeah. Gotcha.
Yeah. Ed, you want to cross the bridge?
I want to cross the bridge.
Let's watch him cross the bridge and see if he's okay.
Okay, can you take me a perception check for the gargoyles, please?
Yeah, I know. Ooh!
They look like they are made of stone.
Yeah, they're gargoyles.
And not very mobile.
No.
It's the mobility that can.
They look exactly like the gargoyles that were at the friary. Only a little more weather worn.
As in they've been sitting here longer, that's all. All right, I'm going to take a shot.
Do you want to go and like, interact with one of them? Just give it a push?
No. As a matter of fact, I don't. I think I'm just going to cross the bridge.
Okay. What do you want to do once you get to the other side?
Wait for everyone else since I was the
guinea pig?
Since I was the test monkey.
Okay. Irina comes across. She's fine.
Bridge is safe.
Let's head across then.
Okay. Then you can continue along the road. So let's do some more measuring.
Yeah, they were just statues.
Thank God.
So
I was concerned. I was like, Chris didn't care for his first combat with him. He gets a second shot at him.
So it's 4.5 miles to a crossroads. So that'll take you maybe, yeah. So it's getting about 3 o'clock in the afternoon now. And you are
up to the crossroads, Ed?
I'll do it.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say.
Even here in the mountains, the forest and the fog are inescapable. Ahead, the dirt road splits in two. Winding towards the east, there you see patches of cobblestone, suggesting that the eastern branch was once an important thoroughfare. And then,
And-
can you all take perception tests to do with hearing, in case any of you have advantages on hearing stuff?
Are we at the gates or something?
No, not yet.
We're at the crossroads where we could go to the castle or we could go to the town.
Mhm.
So,
Greg roll?
Oh, sorry.
sorry. You. There we go. There it is.
Yeah.
So you hear a sound of hooves clipping behind you. As
Behind us.
you turn, there is a black carriage, a large black carriage drawn by two black horses. The steam is puffing from their noses as they are coming down the road at quite a clip towards you.
Get off the road. Get off the road.
Now, let's step aside.
Hey there, Gollum.
Yeah. So as you step off the road, you notice that there doesn't seem to be anyone driving the carriage.
Why does that not surprise me?
Yeah.
The horses do begin to slow though. And
Oh.
just about 10 yards past you, the carriage comes to a stop.
Oh joy.
And
We're not hitchhikers.
I swear, I'm holding these pies for someone else. These pastries aren't mine.
So you notice that because you're at the crossroads, it did go this way. It took the turn up here.
It took the right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where's it gone? And you see
It's Big Daddy S's pimped out ride.
Oh yeah. He probably chilling on the inside too.
out of the carriage steps a gentleman. That's not what I want. Wow.
We'll call him Weasel Spank Monkey Butt Fuck.
Who looks like this?
Yeah.
An elf.
An elf steps out of the carriage.
Well, I must say, you were not the occupant I was expecting to step out of that carriage.
And who were you expecting?
The Lord of the Castle himself.
Yeah, Mr. Downstairs Mix-Up.
My master doesn't deal with such trivial things as tax collection.
Ah,
Hmm.
I see.
Okay,
Wait a
so
minute. Wouldn't we have bumped into this guy? Didn't we already pay taxes for this guy?
no, you left town, remember, before he arrived.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
As he steps closer, you hear the howling screams of countless dead men and women.
Yeah, we're used to that now. That doesn't even
Yeah.
That's like white
I
noise.
just, figured.
3 months ago, you'd come to us, we would all be running for the hills. Now, we call it Tuesday.
I just assumed that was his Axe body spray, and
Right.
that's what they use in this land, right?
Making himself a sexy smash. They're like swiping right on all the gypsies.
What's that? What's that smell? What are you wearing? The screams of the dead.
True.
Did you
All right.
say he's
it all-
collecting taxes?
Yes, it is
That's a little unsettling.
that time of year.
Oh. Do you have your ledger with you? What is our outstanding amount?
You are the outsiders staying in the Durst residence.
That would be correct.
Your taxes have been paid in full.
Oh, may I ask by whom?
The girl, she had a friend pay.
Which means we owe her money.
Yeah.
I see. Well, that's always good to know. How
So
often
our
do you
balance-
collect taxes?
Oh. Have
If
you
we don't owe taxes, why are we being graced with his presence?
you here to bring Irina to the castle, yes?
I just sort of snark at him. Yeah, perhaps. We'll take somewhat more than that.
I forgot that she was there.
Well, you
Straw does have a vested interest in her.
we will see. I'm sure you will be bringing her soon.
Well, I'm sure you've been wrong before.
Yes. Many men thought that.
We had just lied and then ran away once he was out of sight.
Well,
Yeah.
I suggest you all keep out of trouble.
Oh, we're doing our best.
That's
Failing
the plan.
abjectly, but doing our best.
Yes, I am sure. And he,
Well, as they say in the lands of light, good day to you, sir. Turn
Yeah.
around and walk down the road.
as you leave his presence, the screaming fades away.
Yeah.
Dude's got his radio turned up way too loud.
His
And
Bluetooth air way too loud.
then, yeah, the carriage continues on its way.
Yeah, we don't need to pay lip service to his flunkies anymore, I don't think. I think we're beyond that. We already have the Eye of Sauron on us now, so
Yeah.
We have the Eye of Sauron on us, but you still don't sit there and be like, "Hey, Sauron, right there, buddy."
we've got a double whammy. We're carrying the whatever How to Kill Strahd for Dummies, and we've got his girlfriend.
We don't know that. We just know it's a book.
You
Nobody's actually
haven't,
opened
you've
it.
not spent time trying to read it yet, so.
No, but I'm just saying we have
The
this girl
handout may have told you that it's the Book of Strahd. But
really old that was buried in a grave.
It could be a
And we
recipe book.
Yeah, How to Cook
Yeah.
Human.
take
Exactly.
one wooden spike.
That's right. So I'm just
Strahd's
saying, right?
meals.
I think us keeping low profile, those days are done. So there's
Make
no
your
point in us
priest.
even pretend that we're off the radar anymore.
I suggest we take our priest, have him bless Strahd's shower, and then wait for,
So how far do you
wait
want
for
to
that holy
go?
water to come raining down.
How far do you want to go before you stop for something to eat?
I mean, I don't know that we need to stop to eat. I don't
Yeah.
think now that we've passed the cutoff, I don't know that we really want to spend more time on the road than we have to.
Yeah, no, I
Okay.
agree that we can eat and walk at the same time.
Okay. So as you
Yeah.
get to right here, there are, after winding through a forest and craggy mountain peaks, the road takes a sudden turn to the east. and the startling, awesome presence of Castle Ravenloft. Oh no, that's not right.
No, we went the wrong way.
This is sorry. So no, it does tell me to modify text as needed. Gates of Ruin. Oh wow. Is this the right bit? I fucking hate this fucking module. Yes, no, sorry, that's the gates of Castle Ravenloft, which. How was that part then? You know, because there's another set of gates like the ones that you tried to lead through before, which is effectively what you're getting to now.
Open for us.
Give me a second. Sorry. I was sure that was the bit I wanted to do. But I was wrong. Oh, okay. I see what it's done here. It's because I'm not using the module map for you, because I changed the scale and stuff. It's the map I am using doesn't have the labels on it effectively. So yeah. Let me jump back in and I'll do this correctly and apologize. Okay. So as you get to here, and up ahead of you now, there is a huge iron gate that hangs on the stonework of the buttresses and the large statues that you can see through the gateway on the other side. And on this side of the gate, you can see obviously the pathwork that would let you get onto the upper rampart, but this one isn't quite as built in. So you figure that you could work your way up the side of a mountain and get onto it this way, but if it was manned with archers and stuff, it would still be a pretty formidable obstacle. But yeah,
The spot we can see through, can I squeeze through it?
but as you approach, the gate swings open on its rusted hinges.
As of the Eye of Sauron's like, yeah, go ahead. I
Go ahead, I
permit
dare
this.
you. It's more of I dare you.
So the statues on these ones are complete. The heads are still attached on this gate.
I don't know if I like that.
Well, I really want to see that
Ed,
window.
Who's at the back? Who's the last one through?
I guess I am probably.
After you exited, the gate swings closed.
Ooh. So that's interesting. So this isn't necessarily free travel. Like, we really need to be permitted to go this way.
Yeah.
I mean, we could always cut through the woods, but we know the lovely fun that's
Well,
in the.
Yeah. I mean, so is this a wall or is this just a gatehouse?
It's a gatehouse. It is built into the ground, but whereas in the one in the east was built into like sheer cliff faces and forest, you get the feeling that you could work your way around this one, but instead of walking through it being a 2-minute thing, you're probably looking at like the climb again another hour or two, trying to mess around, making sure you're not breaking anything, and the more important factor is if you were like marshalling an army or something, you couldn't really march horses around it through the woods and stuff because the terrain isn't suitable. So, it would offer a modicum of protection from attack, but as a party of 5 people on foot, it would slow you down and be a hindrance, but not. Like, even if it was manned, you'd be able to work your way around it. You just have to go a little bit wider.
Or does Arena
Let
know
us through.
Rahadin is?
Rahadin, yes.
Yeah, that
Right.
dude. Pointy
Yeah.
eared, like
Yeah,
tiny
so
machine guy.
yeah. Sorry, she would have said if you asked her after a meeting that was Rahadin. He is the Chamberlain of Strad.
The butler.
The
Well,
butler.
he has many roles and has counselled the family for, well, it
So you're saying
was
like
many generations.
Strahd doesn't have a lot of friends.
Well,
Could you
I,
imagine he would?
I,
I don't imagine he
I've
has
heard
any.
it. I've heard talk that he considers himself a brother to Strad.
Yeah, but does Strahd consider him a brother?
That would be one to talk to Strad about.
I think we'll put that one off.
Thank you.
Should we continue on the road?
I want to see that.
Did he look like a regular elf, or did he have a different appearance?
So
You saw the picture.
he didn't look like Ed, like Vasarian does.
Yeah, a little bit paler.
Look competent.
He's a tax collector. I would
So
say
it
he's
doesn't.
competent.
It's not. It isn't like Drow. But it.
He's a
There's
dark
definitely a resemblance to like this. Is recognizably an elf, but not not of the same ilk as Vesserin.
Like, I guess that's something we can talk about while we're walking down the road. So, is there a race of elves native to Ravenloft?
I would talk
So
to Theseus on that one. I don't know.
Theseus would.
If it's from Great originally, all right.
So yeah, he would probably be able to tell you about Dusk Elves, I'd imagine.
Well, I mean, no, her, right? Like,
Oh,
I
her. So she has no idea.
oh, okay.
Yeah. So the only elves she's seen are people who've been brought here as part of like the adventurers who come through, kind of thing.
Yeah, because these elves are like halfway between dark elves and regular elves, right? They're kind of like moldy elves.
Moldy elves.
Well, they're not they're not black like dark like Drow are.
Oh,
Yeah, no, I know where you're going.
They have a definitely darker complexion than a regular elf,
I know where you're going.
right? So they're so they're, like he is not someone that is not like he is native to Ravenloft.
He predates her by who? Well, like only Strad knows how many years. So she Rahadin could have been like native to Ravenloft or not. She has no idea. She's never had any interaction with any elf who is
We
native
have
to.
that a list of questions to ask the people in the know. Like, what's the deal with the elves? Or are there elves? Because there might be a whole like society of elves here. They're
Could be.
native to the valley, right?
Yeah. So Theseus
apparently there's halflings.
does know that there are elves
Oh yeah, so
that
he's
would live here.
Does he know the legend of the Dusk Elves?
Not in a way that you're asking the question.
Okay. No, I mean,
Yeah. So
so when he was aware of them, their tragedy had not befallen them.
true.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll get Sean to write something up for you guys on what he would actually say. But yeah. Okay. And that's like, yeah, so get to
Getting
here.
excited yet? You get to see the summer house?
I am. I'm super excited. It's probably
Would
old,
be.
rotten down, and rat filled. That's what it's going to be.
Be the giant, like 100-foot tall, big white pillars with gigantic propellers.
This is
Okay.
going to be the place where we actually have the entire party killed. Those spiders weren't it. It's going to be this place.
So the grindstone and the windmill is to grind us into paste.
Yep, that'd be my luck.
We're going to be like the Indian fellow from Temple of Doom. We're just going to get pressed in between them.
Okay, I'm just going to post it into Discord for you. D&D campaign.
This is
There you
where
are.
Granny is making her pies out of people who stop here.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. And as you are coming around the corner, you do get a clear sign. So it opens out now. You're into like a more meadows and flatter terrain now. And you get a clear view on a slight rise in front of what looks to be another deep woods. A slightly different style of trees to what you're exiting. And there is a windmill. It looks like it leans to one side. The vanes of a windmill
We go and evict the resident since it's now ours.
Okay, so you're gonna keep going? You wanna
Yeah, I think. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so you get to a crossroads in another almost 3 miles. So to the right
Are we going to go and evict the residents?
is a road. The road continues to the left. There is a smaller, less well-traveled footpath that has. Take a survival check, Ed,
Got it.
And you find cart tracks.
and have guidance. Oh, add a D4 to your 13.
Ho, ho, ho.
I thought I was going to roll one.
Yeah, I was convinced.
It's only an old. It's not paved in any way or anything. So, but you do see that, well, from when the mud's formed, that there do seem to be a set of wheel markings that lead from here.
Like someone's been baking in there.
Well, you're not close enough to smell
Wheel marks.
anything yet.
So what's the
Like a
point
cart's
of
been
having a
through here.
windmill out in the middle of nowhere?
What?
What's the point of having a windmill out in the middle of nowhere?
Oh, this is where all of the. It looks like you roll well enough on that survival check. That's fine.
Location.
Where this is all flatter, more like fields and stuff like that, it looks like they might have actually had crops grown here and then ground the crops down, but all the fields seem to have gone to fallow now, and it's just like wild grasses growing now.
It just seems like a very odd place for a windmill. Not that
So, are
this
you
place-
continuing on to a windmill? Or are you going up the road to a place you want to go?
Up to my worthy companions.
Yeah, no, I'm right there. Let's go.
Want to go?
Okay.
Let's.
Okay.
I want to.
Sure.
No.
You want to
Let's
find
tempt
out? what
fate.
the
I
Let's
mean,
go.
it's only 1.5 miles out of your way.
the pies could be made out of the crushed dreams of adventurers.
They could be. Well, what time of
Oil
day?
green.
It's like 4 o'clock now.
Does it matter?
Well, because what I was thinking
it's
was
probably
like,
close to 5, to be honest. But
this would be a great place to bed down for the evening.
Oh yeah.
In the slaughterhouse mill, yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean,
We
it's
don't
right in there
know
with the
that.
abattoir.
We don't know that.
Okay, so as you,
I don't like the way Chris is smiling.
I don't know. Okay, so everyone take a perception check.
Dun, 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 dun.
You all of you smell the smell of freshly baked pastries.
Told you, this is where she's been chilling. She's squatting in our windmill.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Maybe you should trade her the deed for the windmill for a bunch of pies.
He makes good points.
Unless we go inside and find out those pies are made out of people.
So Soylent Green is people.
Okay, so are you gonna approach any closer? You're still.
You can't stop us now.
I was gonna say,
Sarlacc, like we're not going to jump in.
Okay, let me
You told us
find.
TPK, we expect TPK.
Let me find the map then.
There's nothing special about this windmill that's marked Room 1 or Zone 1, Zone 2, Zone 3, Zone 4.
Yeah, I mean it's it's marked off for some reason. We won't know why.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just the way when he tells you got hit and he tells you to roll 4d6, and then roll it again and 4 more times. I mean, you're just rolling a new character.
Wonder
It's
who
not
paid
like-
our taxes.
yeah, he's not giving us like any warning like this is a bad idea. I'm just saying.
This whole land is a bad idea.
Right. So in the land of bad ideas, this one's just as bad as any other.
You know what the monkey said when he got his tail caught in the lawnmower? It won't
What?
be wrong now.
Never heard that joke. I gotta remember that.
Okay.
That's totally a dad joke at the
So
breakfast table.
let me see how this is gonna work. 'Cause I have no idea.
Oh, that's concerning.
No, I just mean the map. So Greg should be in. No, so you're not in yet because I've not moved the vision over. I'm just sorry. Yeah, so don't panic.
Yet.
Panic? Who's panicked? Nobody's panicking.
And where is the person you
When
have to
life gives you
protect?
lemons.
And Arena. She's still going to be giant. Yeah, it's still giant Arena because I haven't changed the size of her token yet.
Ah.
Okay.
Cool. She grew to giant size.
Okay, so as you approach, you see. I don't know. What do you see? Let me check. You see a
I
windmill.
don't know.
A very
A
very small
round-
square with a big shadow.
Yeah. So you see
Squawk.
there is indeed a raven outside that squawks at you.
I don't speak Raven.
Neither do
And
I.
there's a little path that leads to a door. But this raven's like not there. It's like sat above the doorway, squawking at you. Takes a look at Adara, and then flies up a little bit higher.
Oh,
Didn't you have?
with the Ravens?
Yeah, I was gonna say, didn't you have a policy on those ravens?
That's right. Painting them on the. I'm getting tattoos on my arm till I'm an ace.
Are you doing anything? The raven squawked at you agitatedly,
Flew
and then
away.
as it actually noticed Adara, it flew up higher, perched and squawked again, and it sat on the top of a windmill.
I think it's basically saying, "I dare you to shoot me." That's
Hmm?
what I.
No, I mean,
Maybe.
message sent, right? Now the ravens respect us.
Okay, so it's over to you
Yeah,
guys.
buy some
It's like,
birds
go in.
somewhere
I dare
near
you.
town, and then we can like lure them in, make them think they're our friends, and then give them a burning hands.
I feel like chicken tonight. Raven tonight.
I wonder
Okay.
how Strutter would react to that. Us
Yeah.
eating his ravens.
So, is there anyone going to do anything? No, you're at the door of a windmill.
Shit.
I will go ahead and take a step up.
So, as you knock, a middle-aged lady answers the door. You catch a smell of the sweet baked pastries, but hidden in that smell is you catch a tang of something acidic which sits at the back of your nostrils. And she answers the door, looks at you and says, "Oh, how can I help you?"
Now that smell, is that something I would recognize?
I don't know, because we're
Like-
stopping for a night.
We'll get there.